halfway through our Start Your Own Business series, and today we meet our next entrepreneur. His dream is to open the first authentic barbecue fire grill and smokehouse outlet in Ireland, which is nicely named the BBQ Shack.
Since recently submitting his resignation to his current employer, Karl Byrne signalled his commitment. I tell you, that's a hell of a commitment in this climate. Anyway, I mean, you know, if you're going to do it right, and he's obviously doing it right. Anyway, he wants to turn his barbecue shack into a real business and has high hopes of securing the €50,000 investment. Karl Byrne and Fit Business's Fiona join us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
First and foremost, congratulations to you, because I think it takes courage and balls, if I can use that word, this hour of the morning, to go and do what you've done in this climate. So, in the current climate, with people not going out as often as they did, and 1 in 3 restaurants closing, why do you think you can make this work, Karl?
That's a good question, and one I probably ask myself every day. Basically, I have a belief in myself and in my business ethic that I can achieve in my goals. The whole concept of the barbecue shack came about when my time in America years ago, where I tasted healthy barbecue food and believed that there was a concept or a market in Ireland for that particular
It is absolutely
food.
gorgeous. I think a lot of people, the first thing they do when they hit the States is they go, let's find a nice rib house, because of course you can't get them here.
Yeah, indeed. The whole idea of the rib house and stuff is how the food is cooked through smoke and ovens. And for a previous employer, I was doing an energy reduction program. And while eating in a restaurant, when even in an open kitchen, I noticed that they use vast amounts of electricity and gas to produce the food. So I researched long and hard and found smokers and grills that use 100% wood pellets to both heat and smoke the food. So that allows me to not use electricity and gas to produce the food, reduce my carbon footprint, and take a holistic approach to sustain energy throughout the business.
And of course, the wood smoking is part of the cooking process as well, which gives the ribs their unique taste.
Exactly. You know,
very clever. Very eco-integrated, Fiona.
Absolutely.
One of the things that struck you about the thing,
but very simple. I mean, we were just talking earlier on about why hasn't somebody else done this already? I mean, the thing that struck a chord with me was the fact that so many people now come home, you know, couples come home from a very long, hard day at work, don't have much time to prepare and cook food. And the fast food on offer, for me personally, and for an awful lot of people, is not necessarily healthy food.
What makes this healthy food, though? I mean,
Chinese
to me,
are chipper, basically.
But no, but what makes barbecues food healthy food? To me, it just sounds like loads of meat. So what's different?
As opposed to cooked in fat or oils. So that's the bones of it basically.
It's really a low and slow process of cooking. Like, you can take up to 12 hours to cook a certain types of meat. So it really brings you back to, you know, how, you know, our ancestors started cooking food at the start, you know.
And have you kind of costed it? Like along what lines of what existing chain would the prices be?
Well, what we're trying to achieve is to get fast food prices with the restaurant experience, because look, we're really wide to what's going along in the economy. So we want to get bums on seats.
You want to get the families in the evenings for their dinners.
But we don't want to be costing a fortune. You know what I mean? We understand. We've talked to many restaurants owners, and there's an awful lot of restaurants struggling. And you're correct in saying, you know, the next 1 in 3 restaurants will close in the next 12 months, which is, you know.
But having said that, fast food is on the up.
It is, but we're looking for the healthy option of fast food. We don't want to deep fry processed chicken or anything. We just want healthy, tasty, affordable food for our consumers.
In terms of cuts of meats, how expensive is your kind of your basic product?
Well, that's the beauty of what we're trying to achieve. Because we can use the tougher meats, because we smoke the meat for so long, it becomes so tenderised and mouth-watering, really, you know, it disintegrates in your mouth.
The slower you cook something, the better it tastes.
We can go after the tougher cuts of meats that are
cheaper, obviously.
You know what I mean?
So some of the prices on the menu, for example, are slow roast barbecue ribs, and that's a meal. So it will come with a baked potato and baked beans or whatever, is $6.99, and a pulled pork ciabatta sub is $3.49. Smoked bacon cheeseburger balls, $2.49. So I mean, it's really, really very reasonable. And also Karl's background, you know, he's building management experience, facilities management, health and safety, property management. So he has a wealth of experience to really bring to this whole concept or idea. Now, what he's trying to do is quite extensive. He's looking at catering, he's looking at the restaurant, and he's also looking at takeaway.
Which is a vital part of any business and restaurant business opening
that
now?
it has different arms and elements, and obviously there's a trial period to see which one pays best and what the returns are in the first year. But restaurants, you're absolutely right in terms of restaurants closing down, but there are restaurant chains and food outlets like Brambles, for example, who have opened 4 new outlets. They now have 21 units or 23 outlets. They're after winning a prize in Leinster at the moment, and they've opened up 4 outlets in the last year, one of them being a restaurant, because they're clued into their consumers.
Fiona,
and they're very price sensitive.
Sorry for interrupting now, but do you think it's because with everything going on, people are just more conscious of their friends, their family, their health, and that's why something like this would be more successful, because it is the healthier chains now that are the only ones that do seem to be opening now.
Yeah, I mean, it's an absolute confluence of factors here. It's the right timing in terms of fast food, as you said, on the up. It buys into people's aim to eat healthier, so it ticks that box for them, and it's also very affordable. So it really is a confluence, as I said, of a variety of factors.
Fast, healthy, and
yes,
eco-friendly.
fast, healthy, and affordable, and that really is what makes
Karl,
it
can I ask you, any time in the last 12 years would probably have been ideal for something like this, because we were very affluent, we were spending money left, right and centre. Why decide to do it now?
It's a good question, because for the last 12 years I've been based in the construction industry and been riding the wave of the construction industry and property, so I jumped on that ship while it was sailing high. So I started trying to reinvent myself and look at different concepts, because I honestly believe that in the market or recession there's plenty of opportunities out there for people to get going, and
they're brave enough.
But I look on it as a positive platform to achieve my goals.
Being too inquisitive, can I tell you? Can you answer, or are you prepared to answer what sort of reception you've gotten from the banks? Because obviously finance is going to be very important in this.
To be honest with you, I stayed away from the banks, just taking the economic climate, and I've went to angel investors who've been very positive in the whole idea. Obviously I'm going to invest my own money into the venture, so I'm trying to stay away from the banks at the moment, to be honest.
You're lucky that you
That's
can.
very interesting. Well, that's very interesting, because there's a lot of people saying, I have a couple of good business ideas, but I mean, they can't get past the front door.
Absolutely.
And, despite what the banks are saying.
And actually, I think, apart from them being angel investors, they're people that know Karl. So it's a very good sign for us that people that know him are willing to put their own money into his venture,
Well, listen to me. You're a brave man, and we wish you all the very best with it. Obviously, this is number 3, isn't it? And we've got another 2 to meet.
Another 2, yeah.
And then boot camp, and then we'll follow the process.
And then the final week of voting, yeah.
Well, listen to me. I'll be a customer.
Fair play.
Open one on the north side, will you? Don't go all south side on us now.
For God's sake, Mark, you could travel at least.
No. Convenience is what it's about, right?
Take out.
Exactly.
Do you deliver to the north side? No. Anyway, listen, good luck. Oh, he didn't miss that opportunity, did he? Whack. That's me in my box. Now, don't forget, for more information on the Start Your Own Business competition and each of the 5 competitors, you can log on to tv3.ie/Ireland, or indeed you can pick up a copy of today's Irish Star for Fiona's column. And there she is, up in the top right-hand corner, in glorious living colour. More information on next week's business as well. But for today, it's Karl Byrne and the Business Shack, and we wish him well with that.